Welcome back all to my journey series. This episode we are doing things a little slower. We're taking it slower. I'm going to do less grindy stuff hopefully. But currently I'm just working on gathering resources to fill the brewing system with. And I'm actually going to go and dump a few things because I'm running out of inventory space. But yeah, that's the plan for today. We are going to be adding stuff to our system, and we might get to use it, although we might have to wait a while before that happens. I'm actually going to get rid of the sign as well. I managed to label all the signs, not all the dispensers, but the dispensers in the brewing area where stuff was supposed to go. So netherwort in these dispensers, spider eyes in those ones. You know, you get the idea. I feel like this is less efficient than it was during alpha, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's go through the maze. And I do have one other thing I wish to mention, and that is, well, several things. First of all, other 1.1 changes that I failed to mention last episode. First one being, biomes have more varied elevation. Now I thought this was something that was added later, but maybe it was added later, but in a more noticeable way, maybe. But apparently in 1.1, biomes have, the elevation is more varied. Also, it says that, what does it say, swamps, no, sorry, the transition between biomes is now smoother. So if we're back at our beta base this episode, we can have a look and see if that's the case, because obviously we've got the water there that is part of a swamp biome, and we'll see how well that transitions into just a regular coloured water. Other things added: blacksmith buildings now have a chest that contains loot, so that was added in 1.1. After that, we've got brewing, which now takes 20 seconds rather than 30. So I think that was something I mentioned in a previous episode, that it felt slower. And I was proven correct. Or maybe I said that I'd heard it was slower. So, you know, from that point of view, yeah, clearly we experienced it, and it was changed in this patch. And I'm running out of inventory space again here. Other things that were added: enchanting narrowed the various possibility of enchantment levels. I might have said that. I might have shown that off actually. Did I enchant on camera last episode? I don't remember. But basically, if you've got every single enchanting bookshelf around the enchanting table, if you've maximised your level count, then it's unlikely to show you a level 1. There was times in 1.0 where I was enchanting with maximum bookcases and I was getting level 1s, so that's less likely to happen basically. Void fog's been removed in creative, that's server stuff. So those are just some things that were added to the 1.1, or added to Minecraft in the 1.1 update. Obviously various things of note there, such as sheep regrowing the wool, apples dropping from trees, the crafting recipe of golden apples, which, okay, it's not the modern one, but it's still an important thing that changed in the game. And that was ultimately, well, 1.1 was the version Ultra Hardcore was first played in, and they obviously changed the recipe from nuggets to ingots in order to make it a bit more challenging. Oh yeah, also I was in creative mode checking out biome generation in 1.1, and I didn't accidentally, but I brewed potions, so that's why I've got the local brewery potion. I was in creative mode, so it was really easy for me just to, go into the menu and, brew potions. Which is interesting, because in the modern inventory of creative mode, you don't have to brew potions, because there's already potions there for you to use. I'm just trying to create some fermented spider eyes, although it looks like we might be short on mushrooms. I think you can grow large mushrooms, so we'll keep a stack of mushrooms, and we'll see if we can utilise them to give us more mushrooms. That is. As you can see, I'm just trying to divide up the fermented spider eyes into 9, and that's obviously because we've got 9 dispensers that each material has to go into. There we go. I'm doing it equally, I don't know why. Well, actually I do, because we're never gonna... It's always going to be equal, assuming it's used properly, doesn't break. We might as well just go for the sugar, because we've got a sugarcane farm now, so we can easily get sugarcane as much as we want. Well, as long as it grows quickly, or is grown when we need it. I currently have 53 gold. I would have had a lot more, apart from my death last time I went caving. So what I'm planning to do is, we don't need gold for anything else. Well, no we do, but I think I'm just going to turn it all... This could be an utter waste, but I do plan on going caving next episode, so we're going to just utilise the gold we have currently for glistering melons. Unfortunately, I think we're short, so we're gonna... Oh, we could go kill some zombie pigmen. Ever wanted a bird's eye view of our little village here from the world height limit? This is it. Not bad, not bad. It's certainly changed a lot since we first found it. As you can see here, the line between the lines between the swamp sea or the swamp ocean and the regular ocean, they've been blended a lot better. So that's where the whole smooth colour transition between biomes comes in. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. It looks a lot nicer than it did before. Another thing I forgot to mention was 1.1 was the first update to use snapshots. 11W something or other was the first one. I think it was like 49A or something. So I'll put it on screen now though, if I remember. But 11W49A was the... or something, 11W something or other was the first ever snapshot, because of course before this, pre-releases were used. There was, well, I think technically updates in beta were basically snapshots that were development versions. So yeah, it was this version that brought out the format, the development format that we know today. Albeit obviously updates came out more frequently in from 1.0 to 1.6 or to 1.7 technically. So I managed to find 9 stacks of sand that I'd saved up from a previous episode, which is very useful because we obviously need glass bottles. While we wait for those to smelt, I'm going to make an attempt at getting some more brown mushrooms. Now the good thing is we can plant it under here because we've got a roof. I think that's the criteria for planting mushrooms in the first place, because of the light level. You don't want them to be exposed to skylight. Managed to get 1 mushroom there. Actually, is there a better chance of getting mushrooms with fortune? I'm not sure. Either way, I don't particularly want to risk losing some mushrooms, or losing a pickaxe for some mushrooms. Yeah, we are getting a few. I don't know how many we need right now. I think we need... Oh man, I think we need like 7 stacks or something. I just saw that the server updates for this version for 1.1 included the fact that people who weren't operators couldn't spam the chat. Like, they were kicked automatically if that was the case, so I found that pretty amusing to read. Anyway, we're back from some resource collecting. As you will have seen, I was getting glass, I was getting mushrooms. What else was I getting? Oh yeah, glowstone. So we should have a lot more in the way of these materials that should help us facilitate this potion setup. Oh look, we're so close to having a full 9 stacks of glistering melons. We're just a few gold pieces away from it. Let's put that stuff up there. We've got more mushrooms, which is good. Now, regarding glass bottles, you actually need 27 stacks to facilitate this entire system, so Well, or 27 bottles. Unfortunately, we've only got enough for 9 stacks, so I'm only a third of the way there. I completely forgot that we needed more. So I'm going to have to go and get some more sand at some point. But yeah, we'll just use the top half of this chest here. Top 3 rows to hold the glass bottles. 2 ingredient or 3 ingredients we probably won't be able to get much of. Magma cream, gas tears and blaze powder. We're going to need blaze powder obviously for blaze rods for this one and this one. Gas tears are just generally difficult to get. It was only due to the 1.8 gold farm that I was ever able to get loads of gas tears. I wonder if I've still got them in my journal world. I wonder, I'm not sure. Anyway, or 1.9. Was it 1.8 or 1.9? I think it was 1.8 and 1.9. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. Anyway, spider eyes, we've got glistering bells, we've got glowstone, redstone. Yeah, we've got pretty much all on netherwart's the one other thing that I need to get. I need to go back to the netherwart farm and pick up the supply there. But apart from that, and glass bottles, we should be almost finished with our task of completely filling, or not completely filling, but filling most of the dispensers up there. So I've fully collected all of the materials we need, as you can see. At least 9 of each material, so every single dispenser, bar the ones that won't have an assigned material, can be filled. These are just spares here. So overall, things are quite positive. I'll add them to the dispensers later. Of course, there's room to add more in future, so if we get an excess of one material, we can just, you know, fill it up, if you like. I'm going to be adding a roof here. I actually did some level 30 enchantments, just straight... Well, no, one was level 30, one was level 40. I level 30'd a pickaxe and got efficiency 3. Level 40'd a spade, got a breaking 3, so... Interesting, decent enchants, but not, like, amazing pickaxes. I'm guessing the range of levels is... Well, there's more variables as to what you can get compared with modern day, where there's only a range of 30 levels you can use. I mean, that's just stating the obvious, but that's obviously... That shows how it manifests itself. Like, Unbreaking 3 is a potential level 30 in the modern day, but equally you can get it with a lot lower. And similarly, it wasn't got with a top level enchantment in this day and age, which shows the variability. So I'm going to try to add glass on the roof, although it's kind of just come to my attention that I don't quite know how I'm going to manage that, on the basis that well, the roofs, it varies in height, or the wall, sorry, varies in height and, you know, everything like that. Maybe something as simple as this. We don't have to put it all the way up here. But basically what this will do is prevent the need for torches in the daytime. There's no greater or lesser reason for my choice of block in this case, although we will still add torches, I have no doubt. I'm going to put glass over here just to prevent mobs from spawning. It's time to go and sleep. Can I just point out that was an MLG from more than 5 blocks in 1.1, where falling into 1 high, even 2 high water still costs you hearts of health, or damage. You'll still get damaged by jumping into 1 high or 2 high water, that's my point. Alright, there we go, the entire roof has been added. Is it waste of glass? Not really, not for its functionality anyway, as a... Oh dear, no, we can't take that away. Yeah, not for its functionality, it's just a wee bit unorthodox. Whatever, we'll roll with it. But as I said, I'll still add a few torches here and there. As you can see, there are signs. These are the signs I alluded to previously in this episode. These are signs just to indicate where materials go in terms of dispensers. Which dispensers do they go in? So gunpowder is next to this line of redstone, so that tells me that gunpowder needs to go in all of, well, dispensers from here all the way to here. Similarly, around the corner we've got netherwort, so that goes from here to here. Not that one. That one belongs to magma cream. So it's kind of confusing. It would have been nice to have ordered it in a neater way, but the hope is that once I put items in, I'll just be able to click on them and be like, oh, that's what I need to put in there. So yeah, it'll basically, well, the items in the dispensers will do the jobs of the sides at some point in the future. I did mention this was going to be a chill episode. It might be chill in terms of watching, as in there's not much going on, but there was a lot of grindy stuff to do in order to get all the materials needed for the dispensers. Brewing is one of these things that's rarely done rarely done extensively in vanilla Minecraft. I mean, I don't know what people would necessarily use them for. Well, I mean, you know, I guess if you're out exploring, then fair enough. I guess there's so many ways you can utilise potions, like even things like debuffing yourself to make the game harder, or debuffing yourself to make fighting mobs harder, or I don't know, something like that. There's so many ways to use them, but it's just about, you know, are there practical ways, realistic ways that people would want to utilise them for? I don't know. I use them mainly for mob farms, or like, well, I guess fire resistance is technically probably the most useful. We should probably add a roof here, a roof to this section. I don't know how we're going to do that, but a roof would be nice, just to cover that area over. So you've probably noticed that the two beams here are off centre. I just noticed, but I can't be bothered changing them. That would involve changing the size of one window, which wouldn't be so bad, or it would involve changing the whole building. I can't be bothered. Once again, there's something in this world that's off centre. Not that anyone will really care, but just thought I would point that out. I'm just trying to figure out a roof pattern here. The reason I figured that out was because I noticed this was 2 wide, but the door was 3 wide. I was like, what? It's funny, I wonder if anyone watched the episode I built this and then was thinking, I wonder how long it'll take him to notice that his build's off centre. Well, there's your answer. It took me, well, that's several episodes now. That's a long time. Anyway, we'll put that there. I did bring along a trapdoor. Ooh, that works actually. That's not bad. I like that. That's such a cool sound, you gotta admit. So the dispensers are filled. Now it's time to properly test out this system of doing things. Now, I don't think there's any major issues to be wary of. There was one thing that I noticed, that here, for example, I'm activating one extra dispenser. So fermented spider eyes go from this dispenser all the way to this dispenser, but they could also accommodate that dispenser there as well. The system's very weird, but it works, and I think the reason for not making it more simple with regard to making it more intuitive as to where where everything's supposed to go, I think the reason for that, the reason I didn't do that, is because I didn't want to make this any more bulky than it was. I didn't want to make it any taller. I didn't want to make it bigger than it needed to be, and so I've condensed it quite well, compressed it. I've kept it to a reasonable size, I think. I mean, it's still massive compared to most things in this village, but it's still, the point is, it's not gigantic. Right. Let's get started. So, the idea is that we can fill up bottles like this. Looks like I've already reached capacity. So we do that, and then quite simply we put the bottles there. You can't shift click them yet, but that's okay. We don't have to do any running around either, which is nice. And we will get more of the other ingredients. The only ingredient we won't get more of is probably gas tears, but I mean, regeneration. When am I ever going to use that? Watch me need it next episode. No, I'm kidding. But the point is, it's one of these ones that I'm less likely to brew. Let's get the nether wart. Hopefully it drops 9, because that's exactly what I was needing. There we go. Excellent. And we can just place one in each. Should we test the shift click? No, shift clicking doesn't work. So yeah, you've got to manually place each nether wart in each brewing stand. Now it only takes 20 seconds, so by the time we filled them all up, we're back ready to do the next one. We're going to make poison, I reckon. And the reason for that is because we're going to go and, to end this episode, we're going to go and try out the blaze farm. See if it works. Now these do have a long way to travel. I just remembered one thing that I wanted to do, and I'm going to do it right after we brew this batch of potions. I was going to change the block under the streams above to ice to make things flow quicker, because I believe that should help. You know, friction's always been the same in Minecraft, so yeah, I think we'll go and do that right after I brew this batch. I'll go and replace the stone brick blocks under the water with ice, because we've got quite a lot of it. We can still use the ice in the nether to make water, but only to 1.3, so if we want to use it anymore, we've got, you know, that long to go. Alright, and there we go, we've got a full... What's this? Is this 27? For some reason I thought this was only going to brew like 9. But no, it brews like a full 27. So you actually get your ingredients worth with this farm. Like it's not, or not farm, this system. It's not like you're just brewing 1 or 2. That is a good portion. Like that will fill up both dispensers by the blaze farm with spare. So, you know, it's not bad really. Right, I'm going to go get glass. Do we have any glass here actually? Doesn't look like it. Yep, we don't have glass, so I'll go get some and then we'll change up the farm. So I've added the ice. I actually had to redo this part at the top because there was some ice exposed. So I just redid it a wee bit, added some iron bars to make it look better, because iron bars always make things look better. But here's the ice. I remembered one drawback was the fact that the ice might melt. If that did happen, it wouldn't update immediately. It would actually... Would it? It might, because there's water flowing over the top. Either way, if it spilled down, I don't think it would cause too many issues. The bottom level was the one that crucially couldn't spill out, because then it would destroy all the redstone below, but I just placed stone brick underneath it. You can't really see it. I don't think light would affect the ice from above, but it would definitely do so from below. If I thought about this beforehand, I could have raised this up one and had blocks below it, but whatever. That would have made the building bigger, which is what I wanted to avoid initially. But the good thing is this does make items flow along it that wee bit faster, which is nice. Should enable us to brew a bit more effectively, which we are going to do now. We're going to brew some... What are we going to brew? Instant damage. Okay. So as you can see, we got the bottles there fairly quickly. I'm just going to work on brewing. Yeah, we got the bottles a lot quicker there, which is very useful. Jigs, this is quite tedious if you think about it. I sort of wish I had a system like this in my journal world, although the thing is I do have an automatic system in my journal world. The thing about my automated system in my journal world, which I just alluded to, the thing about it is I don't have full faith in it, to be honest, because A, I built it myself, B, it's very bulky, C, even I can't really explain. I say even I, insinuating I've got the most knowledge about redstone. What I mean to say is even I, who built it, can't really explain how it works fully. It just kind of happens. So the thing is, if something does go wrong, then I think we're in trouble. The one downside to this system is if you accidentally mess up, then you're, like, say for example I press a button, get a load of, like, mean to get one material, but get another one then, and like I don't notice until it's all brewed, then I'm going to have 27 potions that have been accidentally brewed, which is never a good thing. We need to get fermented spider eyes now. We've got 48 in each dispenser, which isn't too bad, considering we do use it a lot. It's nether wart that's the real worry. We only had 27 to begin with. Look at this. We're basically keeping up with the system. That's how useful it is. Right, and we also need, what do we need? Gunpowder. Gunpowder? Yeah, gunpowder. Which should arrive any minute now. There we go. So far, we've not lost any. Although I think that's the first time we've actually lost some. Yeah, see what I mean? It's slightly problematic in that some gunpowder's, yeah, landed here. There's glass bottles in that one. Now we could... Ooh, this is good actually. We could rearrange... could we rearrange? We could... So I think what we're going to do is we're going to replace the redstone here with a block, so that if stuff falls it should... Well, it'll hit these blocks here and not get stuck. That's the idea. Hopefully that made sense. It sounded like a very amateur sentence. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, no, that's fine. We just need one more piece of redstone. I am currently out of redstone, which isn't great. Oh yeah, and I was also going to do the same here, just in case we lost anything from the upper levels. So, overall, easy fix for a very basic problem. But the most important thing is, as you can see, we've managed to brew 27 instant damage potions. Now the downside is it's going to, well, because we don't have an ender chest, because shulker boxes don't exist, we're going to have to make 2 journeys in order to transport all of these potions over to the blaze farm. Anyway, we're going to spend a bit of time clearing away the netherrack from inside the, well, both the blaze spawners. Oh dear, let's pick the glass up. I do have my efficiency 3 level 30 pickaxe here. And we might die, so brace yourselves. There's one edge of this spawner that they won't spawn from. But everywhere else they will spawn, guaranteed. Oh, hello. Ah, get good, buddy. Get good. So we'll just hopefully get all this cleared out sooner rather than later. Oh dear. Good thing is, they might hit me, but I'm in water, so what are they gonna do, eh? What are they gonna do? It's the nether, but not as you know it. I wish I knew the light level of all of this. Oh yeah, we probably should avoid digging up the spawner. I've got a feeling that I will do it though. I should. Oh, hello. Right. Let's use my damage 1 bow. I wasn't even aiming for that guy. Oh dear. Let's get away. Yeah, I wasn't even aiming for that guy. Oh, I just remembered we're going to need to put a glass block on top to prevent any from spawning up there. There we go. Got that sorted. Oh, no, then never mind. That's. Oh, hello. 3 at once. Shall we bail? I cannot hit that guy. What? I could not hit that guy for anything. Whoa, 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 whoa. And now I'm down at 4 hearts. Eat my damage 1 bow, mate. We're done, and we're bailing, and we're bailing. Oh no, there we go, right, cool. This is going to be a little harder because I don't have a melee weapon, but I mean, whatever. Silk touch, that's what we like. Okay, here we go. We're going to have to use our bow a lot more, which I'm not a fan of, especially when in water. Ouch, that really does hurt. I need to eat. There we go. Yeah, their fireballs do hurt, which is... It's interesting. You never really think about that, because it's the fire that's more deadly. Well, maybe it's not more deadly. Depends on what armor you've got. But if you're in the nether, like, in any circumstance other than the one I'm in at the moment, you can't, like, put yourself out. So, it's the fire that causes major issues in that regard. Let's just try and get this all done swiftly. Let's try and get all this taken out as quickly as possible, preferably before more spawn. Okay, it's spinning pretty fast. Right, that's good. Let's try and make it over to the door. There we go. Nice. That was well done. As for the spawner system, I'm not sure about that. So we've got some guys over here. These dispensers are full of poison potions. Pick up all of that. Cool. So in order to AFK, we've got to sit up here. And I don't know, I don't want to AFK here too long. Okay, I think we're going to forgo the idea of AFKing here for any stretch of time. Instead, I'm going to try out the killing system, which does involve a couple of these. So all we do is shut the gate, some damaged, but that's okay. We just press the button. That should have released a poison potion in all of them. The reason we use a poison potion is obviously because their health is at, you know, different levels. So that will consistently get them down to half a heart. There's one guy that's still getting damaged. There we go. Oh, one guy survived. Doesn't take much just to hit them though. And we get all the levels off of that, so that's good. And we'll try this side, why not? Oh dear. Oh, and I got hit myself. Yes, it's probably best to stay away, stay well back. So one of the guys survived. I mean, to be fair though, he was furthest away from the dispenser. There we go, that worked. And we got a bunch of levels. Blaze actually give more levels than most mobs, I believe. So, in that, well, from that point of view, this is a pretty good XP farm. It's a pretty bad XP farm as far as efficiency goes because, yeah, they're going to die in the system due to the water. Anyway, so we've got the blaze farms up and running. That is good. I'm now going to be able to use them and enchant stuff, which is excellent. It's what I've been waiting for a while. But I'm going to end the episode there. So thank you for checking it out. Bit of an unorthodox episode. We didn't get much done, but we did finish the potion area and get the blaze spawners, the blaze spawner XP farm up and running. So we've wrapped up 2 projects. Not bad. I'll see you later.